get started without further ado. So the first thing that you have to do before anything else is you need to make sure that you're starting with an optimized listing. I can't tell you how many people say, I don't understand why I'm not getting any sales, I'm not getting any clicks on my PPC, and they say, I have an optimized listing, and I look at their listing and it's not optimized at all. So what does that mean, having an optimized listing? Well, I have a whole bunch of training on that that you can attend at another time, but let's highlight a few things. So first of all, your photos. Are your photos awesome? There should be at least 6 photos in order for Amazon's algorithm to rank you. So make sure you're using all of those photos. And then you want to make sure, most customers shop on mobile. So when they're scrolling down, that main image is what they're looking at. So if they're searching for your product and your listing is optimized with all the right keywords, it should show up organically for that keyword search. But if your main photo it's not better than your competitors, they're not going to click on your listing because that photo shows up first. So you got to make sure that main photo is the absolute hero and it makes people want to click and check out your product. So the title. Does your title contain your most important keywords? I can't tell you how many times I've done keyword research for this, and I've found that people have their listings under the wrong title, under the wrong keyword. So they're not reaching as many eyes as they could be. For example, maybe they're going for the keyword resistance loops when resistance bands gets 80,000 searches, but they didn't do enough keyword research and search volume research based on those keywords to understand what they needed to put in their title in order to rank for those keywords that all those eyeballs are going to. So your title needs to contain your most important keywords, and you need to make sure that it's correctly formatted. It shouldn't have a bunch of symbols in there. That's going to screw up your URL. And you really want to make sure that your title makes sense and it doesn't have a lot of extra fluff. So your bullets, make sure your bullets are readable, and make sure that they contain those same keywords that you want to rank for. You want to make sure that your bullets contain those. Your description, is it HTML formatted and does it contain your long tail keywords? So your description shouldn't just be a blob of text. It should be a really nice looking HTML formatted description. And there's plenty of HTML editors out there, free editors that you can use. Seller app has one that I like to use. It's free and it makes it really easy to edit your description and make it look nice. So along the line of your long tail keywords, your description is the place where you can put some of those longer tail keywords and you can rank for those. So, don't be afraid to put some additional longer tail keywords in your description. If you're not sure if your listing is optimized or not, if you think like, I think my listing is optimized, but I'm not sure, you can always message me a link to your listing and I will keep it fully confidential. And I'll do a little video for you and tell you exactly what you're missing and what your problem is with your listing and try to help you out, okay? All right, I see Jess and Christina are here. That's great. It's great to see y'all. So let's talk about the 2018 overview, right, of the update. So it applies to EU and US marketplaces. And we need to have a little note about byte versus characters. So if we say that something's 200 bytes, the letters A to Z count as 1 byte. And symbols like the $, the and sign, the period, exclamation point, they count as 2 bytes. So in your back-end keywords, for example, you only get 249 bytes. So you want to make sure that includes spaces and letters and commas and everything else. So you want to remember that if you're using commas or anything or spaces, that counts as 2 bytes or 1 byte, and then your letters just count as 1 byte. So the update also affects the indexing of keywords in your title, bullets, descriptions, and backend keywords. So that's pretty much everything, right? So we want to make sure that you know what these updates are so that when you look at your listings, you can make sure that they're optimized. And then also remember that each category has its own specific style guide. So some of the titles and stuff, and we're going to cover that, but some of the titles and stuff are limited in these other categories now. Those character limits and byte limits have changed for specific categories. So make sure you're going out there to your specific category style guide and looking that up. So how do you find your category specific style guide? I have a little screenshot. You go into Seller Central and you click help and you type in style guide, and right here at the very top is the product page style guides. Okay, so let's talk about the title. Your title is fully indexed from start to finish. So for a minute, let's talk about indexing. What does indexing mean? Indexing means that when someone types something into the Amazon.com search bar, that your listing is going to show up for that word in that search, right? It's indexed for that search term or that keyword. So that's what indexing is. So your title is fully indexed. You want to make sure your most important keywords are in the title, not fluff. So often I'll see people put like extra stuff in, like we were just doing this resistance band thing, and people will put like resistance bands for your favorite exercises. Well, your favorite exercises are not top keywords that people type in. So you want to make sure that you're really thinking about that. So let's do an example. Let's go on Amazon.com, and I want to show you what the difference is. So when I do my keyword research, I use Amazon FBA keyword tool by Seller SEO. This is a free browser extension, and you can type in your keywords over here. And how I get the keywords to type in over here is I go on Amazon and I go into the search bar. And so I wanted to use the example of Fitbit Blaze bands for women. I just got a new Fitbit, so I wanted to show you that example. So if I just start typing here, look what I see. Fitbit Blaze band. So the search engine is telling me exactly what people type in. The search engine wants to make people happy. So they tell you, oh, maybe you're looking for this. The algorithm is updated on a regular basis. So this is your best free keyword tool. So what I do is I throw these in here. So we have Fitbit Blaze band, and then we have Fitbit Blaze bands for women. So I'll throw these into my keyword tool, Fitbit Blaze bands for women. And let me just clear out this keyword tool here. And you can also put negative keywords. So if I don't want, Fitbit Ionic, if I don't want that, I can put negative in there and it won't scrape those. So I'm gonna get related keywords and search volume. And now let's go back to our keyword tool here. All right, so now I can see that Fitbit Blaze band gets 35,475 monthly searches. The other cool thing about this tool is I can click Get Competition, and I can find out how many other people are competing for that keyword. So I want to know, I want a keyword in my title that has high volume and lower competition. So there's only 3,000 competing for this keyword that gets 35,000 monthly searches. So Fitbit Blaze bands for women gets 20,000 over Fitbit Blaze band, But let's see how that pairs in the title. So if I type in Fitbit Blaze band for women, let's see what our results show. So here we are. You can see the different results here. And look in the titles here. You can see Fitbit Blaze right here in this title. You can see women. So the one that's showing up first are the ones that have Fitbit Blaze, band, and women in the title, right? Now let's change it around and let's put bands, Fitbit Blaze bands for women. And so you can see these are actually sponsored ads, so that really doesn't count. But here we go, bands, compatible Fitbit Blaze. So it's a little different. You know, this one showed up really a lot further down in the search when I typed in band, but it shows up third when I type in Fitbit Blaze bands, because look at that. It exactly matches what I typed. So your titles need to definitely reflect the keyword that you are trying to go for, because you can see what just happened when I typed in Fitbit Blaze band with no S. I didn't even see that big colorful one until I got to the very bottom of the page. So it's all the way down here. But if I change it, it shows up third, and you just saw that. So it's important in your title, if we're going back to your title, it's important that you're not putting fluff in, that you are really making sure that your most important keywords are in your title, because your title is fully indexed. So your max length on your title is 200 characters. You got to make sure, if again, those category specific guidelines, if you're in a different category and that guideline has changed, that you're staying on top of that. If your listing is in violation of this, upon the change, it will be suppressed. The only way for you to know that is to actually go in and look at your inventory. So make sure that you're doing that as well. All right, let's move on from title. One last note on title, actually. In my group, I have free training called Writing a Listing Title That Ranks. And I actually show you what format to put your title in and how to rank that title and that listing on Google organically as well as on Amazon. So make sure you check out that free training in my group if you want to learn actually, in depth how to write a title that will rank you. All right, so let's get into your back-end keywords. This is so confusing for so many sellers. Here's where they go. You don't use the platinum keywords. They go in the search term fields, right? So, and they should be in this format right here. No commas, no nothing, just words and spaces. You should not be repeating keywords from your listing here, okay? So, for example, when we were here with this Fitbit Blaze band, we would not want to put the word Fitbit, Blaze, or bands, or watch, or wristband, or strap. Any of these words that are in our front end listing, we do not want to put them in our back end keywords. Why? Because we're wasting precious space. These back end keywords are very important for ranking your listing. So what might you be able to put in there if you're selling a Fitbit Blaze band? And what else, do we call a watch band? Maybe there's some other word for it. Or maybe we didn't use the word flexible in our listing because it just didn't make sense. But flexible is a popular keyword based on our keyword research. Well, that's where you'd put that word flexible. You'd put it back here in your search terms. So just make sure that, remember, for example, if you're selling a knife, a knife set, and a competing product is like a knife set with a sharpener. Well, you could put sharpener in your back end search terms if it doesn't fit in your front end listing. And this is going to help your listing show up when somebody types in knife set with sharpener, right? So it's important. These back end keywords are really important. You are wasting precious space if you're repeating keywords from your front end of your listing. This is where you can make your listing rank for similar products or similar things that you think that are relevant to your listing, but don't make sense to write in your listing. So the new limit of this is 249 bytes. If it's exceeded, nothing is going to index. None of these back-end keywords will index. And you're gonna get a red warning that'll show up down here at the bottom. Or at the end of the search term field, it'll show up right over here. You're gonna get a little red warning, so you wanna make sure that keeping, and you won't be able to save and finish. But what happened the last time they changed this to 250 characters, it used to be like 500 characters, I think, and we had like several fields. Well, they changed it to 250 recently. And what happened is a bunch of our listings were suppressed. And the only way we were able to figure that out was to actually go into our inventory and click edit on the listing and check that out. So just make sure that on a regular basis, you're going into your inventory and actually clicking edit and making sure there's no warnings or weird stuff going on. You want to make sure from a customer standpoint that you can find your listings. Every couple of weeks, we actually go on Amazon and we search for our products from a customer's point of view, and we make sure that we're still showing up, because even if we're indexing, sometimes we're not showing up in searches that, you know, something has gone wrong. So it's important that you go and you look at your listings from a customer point of view and you search that on a regular basis. So anyway, all right, so if you already updated all of your listings and you're telling me, oh my gosh, Amy, I updated all my listings for 250 bytes and now it's 249 bytes. What's gonna happen? Do I need to go back into all my listings? No, existing products at 250 bytes are still indexing. So at least for now, but again, just check this every once in a while, okay? All right, so let's talk about bullet points. Only the first 1,000 bytes, including spaces, of all 5 of your bullet points in sum are indexed. So if you have a listing where you're really going long with your bullet points, right? Where you have like 300 to 400 characters. We used to have 500 characters. You still have 500 characters to use in your bullet points. But if you're using all of these, under the old way that we used to optimize listings, we would use we'd make longer bullet points because that way we could fit in more keywords for indexing. But now only the first 1,000 bytes of all 5 bullets in sum are going to index. So if I reach 1,000 bytes, you know, like right here, well, all of this is not going to index. So what does that mean for us? We want to remember that if we're using a bunch of exclamation points and yelling at people in our listing and using symbols, those are worth 2 bytes. We want to make sure that we're keeping our bullets at about 200 characters. That's a good rule of thumb. And we want to include important keywords. So those same keywords that are in your title, that same keyword that you're trying to rank for, you should be repeating that. And the way that I can show you that this is really important is because if I go out on Google and I search for the same thing, Fitbit Blaze bands for women, well, right here, this first listing is organically indexing first on Google for that search term. Fitbit Blaze bands for women. And look at their title, Fitbit Blaze bands for women. And then look in their bullets, Fitbit Blaze Blaze bands right here. So let's just pull up this listing and let's look. This is why it's important to repeat important keywords, and it's not even available and they're number 1 on Google. Aren't you mad? I'm mad. I'm mad for them. They need to make it available. But we have Fitbit Blaze bands for women, and then you can see right in the first bullet, Fitbit Blaze. Fitbit Blaze again. So they are making sure that they're repeating those same important keywords in their bullets so that they can rank for that. So make sure that, you don't want to keyword stuff. You want to make your listing readable, but don't just go into your bullets and start talking about your stuff and forget that you need to repeat these keywords that you want to rank for, that you've done your research on. So if you have longer bullets, leave the waste for the last 2 bullets, right? So clean up, make sure that your first 1,000 characters are good to go. And you can also use a byte counter. So I did a Google search for byte counter, and there's a bunch of free byte counters. So I'll just show you what that looks like. right here, all-in-one byte counter, easy peasy, right? So you can copy and paste let's just copy and paste this right here into the byte counter, and let's see how many. All right, so this is 1,582 bytes, all 3 bullets. So then I know, okay, only the first 1,000 bytes are going to index. So I can fix this up so that I'm indexing properly, okay? So you can use any kind of byte counter, that's fine, but you wanna know that you're utilizing your first 1,000 bytes. That's really important. All right, so bullet points optimization. Of course, I would not be the listing nerd that I am if I did not. I'm the listing optimization queen, right? So I would not be the listing optimization queen if I didn't talk to you guys about your bullets. Make sure you keep your bullets readable, that people actually want to read them. The top 3 bullets are what shows up on mobile. So make sure that those top 3 bullets tell your user, tell the customer why that they should care about your product and not move on to a competitor. So don't be boring, keep them readable, keep them fun. Make sure that your guarantee bullet is bullet number 3, because again, only the top 3 bullets show up on mobile, and this leads to conversions. So stick to a format. So what I do, my 5 bullet format is, I use this format right here. My first bullet is always the why you need this bullet. This is why you need this product, and I break it down and I'm like, you need this in your life, and this is why. The second one is always what's included. Okay, well, what do you get with this product? The third one is always my guarantee. The fourth one is always like other uses for the product or multiple uses for the product. And the fifth one, I always use great gift or target market. So if it doesn't make a great gift, it's good to look at the target market. So, like cat lovers, teachers, something like that, because that's more of your listings showing up in that organic search when someone searches for great teacher gift, for example. So I want to show you a bad example, a bad example of bullets. Oh, what happened? Man, I'm not having any luck today. I'm sorry, y'all. Taco holder set, stainless. I must have messed up my link. So, this was the latest, the latest craze of, so yeah, this is the bestseller right here. This is the latest craze of the Jungle Scout product everybody tried selling, and now there's 4 million taco holders on Amazon. So, talk about race to the bottom. But, if you like taco nights, I'm in San Antonio, I like tacos. So I don't remember if this was the right one. Okay, well, but we can still use this as an example. This one's actually really good. They use the capitalization, and then they use the lower letters, so it makes it easy to read. They're messing up because their satisfaction guarantee, it's 30 days, and people automatically assume that that your guarantee ends at day 31. They're like, oh man, these taco holders are gonna break at day 31, so just leave the 30 days out of there because you're screwing up. Like people that just say, like the sellers that say, look, your satisfaction's guaranteed, don't worry about it. Those are the listings that convert, but this should be bullet number 3. The bullets are pretty readable here. This looks pretty good. As far as, capitalization and readability, you don't just want to keyword stuff. And what that other taco holder that I saw, they literally repeated in caps, stainless steel taco holder, stainless steel taco stand. And it was so annoying. I just wanted to I didn't want to buy the product. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, let's move on. So if you want to know about how I do my formats and all of that, like how I write a listing and that, you can go in the group. I have a video called Listing Optimization Rerun. So check that out because I actually walk you through how I do that step by step. All right, description, 2,000 characters max. And the indexing depends on the category. I learned this morning prepping for this training that EBC, enhanced brand content, is not indexed. So enhanced brand content, that's when you see like the pretty pictures in the middle of the listing. Those are brands that are registered through Amazon's brand registry program. They are trademark brands, and they can make their listings look really pretty. But enhanced brand content is not indexed. So it counts as the description. However, if you still have your 5 bullets and your title for enhanced brand content, so that's where you're gonna put all your beef, right? All your meat. So you want to include long tail keywords or keyword phrases. So we talked about using this keyword tool, right? Well, I can see what the longer tail keywords are from this scraping. So, you know, Fitbit Blaze bands for women, small. I can see all these longer tail keywords. Longer tail keywords, what they do is they allow the customer with the intent to buy to find your listing. So I also talk about longer tail keywords in my PPC training, but it's important to use long tail keywords to properly describe your product in a way that a customer will search for them, because this is going to allow a customer who's specifically looking for a small Fitbit Blaze band for women to find and buy your product if that's what you're selling. So, you also want to use these volume tools. If you want to try out this free seller SEO Amazon keyword tool, it's at tiny.cc/KW tool. And you can install it for free. You want to HTML format your description for readability and include the things that people want to know. So what I do in my description is I start with why choose us? I start with a call to action, because description shows up first on mobile. People, if you're not looking at your listings on your mobile phone, you're wrong. Look at them on your mobile phone, see how they show up. But start with a call to action. Start by saying, hey, you need this product, buy it now, and then go into why should you choose this product? Then I cover what's included in the product, how it works, and a call to action again. Okay, what are you waiting for? Add it to your cart. So remember, you only have a small amount of time with your customer online to capture their attention and get them to add your item to their cart. So you really want to make sure that you're covering everything in your description. So you want to use an index checker, because we're not sure for each category how much of your description is going to index. So you want to use an index checker to check this manually, or to check this manually in the Amazon search bar. So how do you check a listing for indexing in the Amazon search bar? I'm going to show you. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're on this Fitbit Blaze bands. All right, let's go down to the description. And this is enhanced brand content listing. So we don't want that, because remember, enhanced brand content does not index. So we need to find, we had a taco holder, right? Let's see. All right, yeah, this one's good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this ASIN right here. You're gonna copy your ASIN, and then you're gonna pick right here, brass-based crystal. So I'm gonna type in brass-based after the ASIN in the Amazon search bar. So here we go, brass-based. Let's find out if this is indexing. Nope, it is not indexing. So that's a great way to check it. And it could be because this product is not available too, so that might have been a bad example. Let's find one more and just do this one more time. I'm gonna go back to Amazon's main page, and let's just find something let's go back to our taco holders, right? All right, let's do this one, $14.99, bestseller. Christina says, I searched for my candy and it was not showing at all. Oh no, that's not good. All right. Oh, I love their little taco emojis. Hey guys, if you want to add emojis to your bullets, you just go to Emojipedia. I just gotta throw in this cool little trick here because I love you guys. All right, taco. Yay, there's a taco. And then you just copy it and you paste it at the front of your bullet and it will show up. Isn't that cool? Anyway, that's how you do that. So let's go down to their description. All right, so let's grab their ASIN. Where's the ASIN? Here it is. And let's see. Tacos. Let's see if they are indexing for the word breakfast. That'll be fun, right? So let's search breakfast. They are. Okay. Oh, no, they are not. Look, we found 0 results for that ASIN and breakfast. So the word breakfast is not indexing in their listing. So it's good to be able to check your listing description for certain words that you want to index for. All right, so that's kind of how you can do that manually. All right, let's keep it moving. Variations, parent-child listings. So I had someone from my group ask me to just touch on this during optimization today. So I know variation listings are really tough and they really confuse people, but once you master them, you're gonna love them because they can really increase your sales. So the rule of thumb, when you're creating or editing a variation listing, the parent listing is assigned a dummy ASIN. So that parent doesn't actually exist in Amazon's catalog. It just exists there to basically hold the child listings. Each of the child listings stands on its own. So if you want to add 5 different colors of a product, you need to make sure you have 5 different UPCs for those products. And that's, how you can add those various child listings onto a parent. But if your child products are the same, so here's your rule of thumb. If your child products are the same, basically they only differ in size or color. So you just have like red, blue, yellow, green, or pink, but they're all taco stands. Well, then all you do is you create the parent listing and you update the parent listing's title, bullets, description, and backend search terms. This then filters down to all of your child listings, and that's the only thing you have to update. Everything else, if you go into one of those child listings and you click edit, you'll notice everything is the same as the parent. Now, if your child products are different, so for example, let's say you're selling different fitness items and like one is a resistance band and one is an exercise ball or something like that. Well, then each child listing element needs to stand on its own. So because you're not gonna have the same back-end keywords and stuff. So you wanna make sure that for those, you make the dummy parent ASIN, very basic, and then you're going in and you're individually updating the child listing elements. So the best source of help for variation listings is trial and error, honestly. I can't tell you how many Seller Central cases I have opened and how much I have learned about parent-child listings. And then the Seller Central help pages are also really helpful. They have tons of guides and stuff out there. So, and of course you can always reach out to Amy and I can help because I love creating variation listings now that I know how to do it. All right, so let's talk about tools to help you. So that keyword research tool I talked about was, that's the one that we've been using throughout this. I love this one. It's really great. It helps me with my listings. The other indexing tools that are free, so Sonar has a really great free indexing tool. And what that's gonna allow you to do is you can actually go in and you can put your ASIN in here. And so that ASIN, right? And then you can, whatever, breakfast, taco, stand, and you can copy and paste your backend keywords into here and you can click check and is gonna check it for you for free so you can make sure. So looks like it is not indexed for this keyword. So this is a good free tool. I have the Seller SEO suite, so I obviously use a paid tool for that. But anybody else can, I'm sure you guys have other tools that do that as well, but that's one that you can use. The listing writing and optimization tool that I use is Listing Lightning by Seller SEO. I have not found a better tool. It is absolutely incredible. What it does is it takes your main keyword, you enter in your main keyword, and it tells you exactly what to put in your title, what to put in your bullet points, it gives you all the extra keywords. It tells you what to put in your description and what to put in your back-end keywords. So as you're writing, the words here disappear, the words in these phrases disappear, and it knows exactly what to put in your back end. So I absolutely love this tool. I use it to write all of my listings, and there's nothing like it out there, and I get all the choice badges and I love it. But anyway, so that's a really good tool to use. You can get that at sellerseo.com. And then, if you are just confused, remember, you guys, optimized listings equal organic reach and sales. 100 times sales. So don't be afraid to hire somebody that knows what they're doing, because yeah, you might pay somebody like me $150 or $200 to write your listing, but you're going to get so many sales and so much organic ranking off of that. And not to mention, your PPC is going to run much better because it goes by the relevancy of your listing. So if you want me to take a look at your listing, or you want me to write a listing for you or optimize it for you, you can go to amazingathome.com/contact. You can get in touch with me and I can help you out, or you can send me a message on my page. All right. I hope you guys have loved this training, and I hope it's been helpful for you, and get out there and optimize all your listings now. There's all my links, and thanks for watching. I'm going to make sure you guys don't have any more questions.